All right, man. Torture Talk. Like, share, subscribe to the page. Hit the thumbs up button if you like the content.
Notifications.
Hit that notification bell, like he said.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Make sure you be notified to see our content come across your screen on your phone. Let's see, we know that we in here. So, I want to talk about the culture of black people when it comes to their children. And when you're separate, why does it have to be an ongoing cat and mouse game with the children? If you understand what I'm saying. So it's more on the lines of, I guess what I'm trying to say is, why do women tend to use the kids as a weapon against the father? Especially when the father is in the child's lives or trying to be in the child's life. Why do they have to have this ongoing power dynamic to hold over the father's head? You know what I'm saying? So that's what we talking about today, and that's what I want to get into. Like, what is the issue here?
What I believe, sometimes it's just, well, it's based off what their agenda is, why they're doing it for. Like, it could be different things. It could be just something petty is showing off for friends and family. It could be the man they have. They could be either like doing it because he says it or doing it because he didn't amount to what you was, so they want to make him feel comfortable. It could be just they're bitter. It could be many of things. Like, it could be that's a lot of times, especially with hood females, that's the three main things right there. The first things I said. Those three main things a lot of times those first three things are a lot of times the main reason why most females that are from the hood or, that have that mentality, that's why they do it.
But we are in what I guess what I'm trying to say is the father of your children should be special. He should be in a class of its own. There should be no influence outside of you and him when it comes to your kids. Your children should be the first priority when it comes to the father and the mother getting along. My issue with that statement is that sounds like a bunch of excuses to demonize the father.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Now, I believe that the father needs to be put in a special category. If he's a deadbeat dad, that's something different. Mm-hmm. We ain't talking about deadbeat dads. Mm-hmm. We're talking about fathers who are being neglected by the mother, because not even by the mother, they're being neglected by the mothers blocking the children from spending quality time with the child. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like a lot of these women, and I know women gonna get on the comments and they're gonna say, well, women don't do that. Yes, y'all do. Yes, y'all do. And you have friends that do it. You know that women do this. They use their children as a weapon to get at the father when they know the father wants to be around. He wants to be in a child's life. They block him, or they make plans at the end, at the last minute, or he's not coming over, or she's not coming over this weekend, and knowing that that's their weekend to have the kid, and I just want to let you know that the game was yesterday and didn't tell you, and then you'd be like, why didn't you even tell me? Well, you didn't ask. Well, how would I supposed to know that the child was having a game? How do I supposed to know that? You know what I'm saying? How do I know that? You just told me yesterday or 2 days ago that you put them in football or whatever, or basketball. Mm-hmm. And now all of a sudden you telling me that the game was yesterday, and they're going to say, well, you didn't ask. Well, you told me at the last minute. My question is, why is it so comfortable for them to have a disconnect with the father? That's my issue. It's like, why do these women feel like it's okay for them to disconnect from the actual father when it comes to them both raising their kids? Wouldn't it be better if you and her came together on a mutual agreement to raise the child, instead of instead of you and her having this issue with each other, or she having an issue with you because you got a new girlfriend, or she thinking you mad because she got a new boyfriend. It's like, why can't we just come together with some type of medium? It has to be always on somebody else's terms. Mm-hmm. Like, why is it like that? That's my question.
Beyond the regular, standards of why they do it, like you said, I don't understand it either. It's just, the only thing I believe, majority of the time, it's just a lot of times with women, it is based upon bitterness. It's based upon, it was something as a father that she wanted you to do personally for her. And since you didn't do it or you didn't buy it, you're going to get punished for it. You're going to pay for it. Like you said, it could be you had another baby by, like I know a lot of these women, especially our women, have this thing where you and her can have an agreement for child support. Once you have another baby, I'm going to put you on the highest child support I can. And it's like, why? Like, if we're done, we've been done for over 5-6 years, why would you do something like that? Like, I'm taking care of my kid, everything's good. Why would you do something like that? And it's just based off of her emotions, what she feels and what she wants. And that's it. They don't care about you. It's about them all the time.
And I understand that. And I get you. And I understand exactly what you're saying. But it has to be more than just that. Like, where did this come from? You know what I'm saying? Where did it come from?
Another thing I can say is a lot of them don't have fathers. A lot of their fathers didn't care about them.
But it's not, that's another thing, man. It's not even at the fathers, because it always comes, whenever, and I'm not saying you doing this, but I'm saying this is what people do. Whenever we talk about black women, they somehow always blame black men. Somehow black men are always the reason why this happened. Mm-hmm. It's like, no. Some of these people are just evil people.
Yep.
Has nothing to do with what's the name. With some of them had fathers, and their fathers were good to them, and they didn't listen to their fathers. It had to come from somewhere. But that's my thing. Where did this spring from? Because some of these women, they didn't just develop this on their own. People are not just evil by nature.
By genetics.
You know what I'm saying? People are not evil by nature. It has to, and I know people are gonna say that some people are, but I think that you have to look at some type of influence or some type of model, mm-hmm. or something. You know what I'm saying? For you to act this way. Maybe it's the environment. Could be because you see your friends doing the same thing, mm-hmm. to their baby dads. And it's like, what is this? I don't care attitude. I don't care. I'm gonna do what I want. I don't care. So what? It's like, this is my thing, man. I'm gonna be straight up with y'all. And it's just straight up. Single mothers, to me, should never happen. There's nothing to be proud of. That's nothing to be proud of. If you're a single mother and you're proud of that, that's bullshit. Should never be proud to be a single mother, because you're missing a key component to the child's life. Mm-hmm. A father figure, whether it's the real father or whether it's the figure.
Father-in-law. Yeah.
Father-in-law. Oh, not father-in-law. It would be stepdad.
Father, whatever. Yeah.
Stepdad, yeah. Right? So you have to have that component. Women got to stop thinking that they can do everything on their own. You can't. You can't do everything on your own when it comes to a child, because the child is going to grow up one-sided. I was raised by my mom. Yeah. Now we understand why you're so emotional, mm-hmm. and why you're so bitter. Then you look at a lot of these kids, they look at their dad, and they look at their dad as just a guy, a friend that they go spend the weekend with, some cool nigga. No. It's the same level as your mother. That's how it gotta be. You gotta be on the same level as your mother. The children should have the same type of respect and love. The same way they have for the mother, they should have it for the father. Shouldn't be, because the father sees you every other week or every 2 weeks or every 3 weeks or whatever. The mother should make sure that the father is a special component in that child's life if she's a single mother. But if she ain't doing that, ain't nothing to be proud of.
Yep. I agree.
Got a lot of these girls running around here thinking that because they single mothers that they doing it. Oh yeah, I'm doing it. I don't need no man. Oh, you absolutely need a man.
And the worst is I'm the mother and the father.
That's bullshit.
That's bullshit.
I'm the mother and the father? How can you be the father?
When did y'all become asexual?
How can you be the father?
Y'all bed bugs now?
I don't understand it. How can a woman be the father? How? You can't talk to a man, a boy, the same way a man can. Mm-hmm. The same way a man can't talk to his daughter the way the mother can. You can't be the mother and the father, just like I can't be the father and the mother. What kills me is when women have custody or they have the primary care of the child, they try to make it seem like you're just this guy on the side or some halfway guy.
Just a sperm donor.
Sperm donor, whatever you want to call it, right?
Yep. But
whenever it's us and the shoe's on the other foot, we make sure that our children respect their mother. Even if their mother's a fucking crackhead. Even if their mother's a crackhead. We make sure that they respect their mothers. As men, we make sure that. We put that in our kids. But you can't say the same thing for women. They don't make sure that their kids respect you. They don't. If the child pisses you off, if you piss the child off, or you tell them you ain't getting them something, and then they call you on the phone, they don't chastise them the same way we do. Hey, don't talk to your mother like that. It'll be, well, I mean, you should have did what you ain't want to get what he wanted. So that's why he blowing up like that. And you don't got nothing to say about it. This is what I'm saying. So there's a disconnect there when it comes to the father, the mother, and the child. It should never be somebody else influencing what's going on between y'all, that dynamic. And I think women, they hate the fact that men are happy without them.
You said it best, man.
It's the truth.
You said
it. They're mad that men are happy without them. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, they don't want to be with you. They want you to just be miserable. They don't want you to be in, you know what I'm saying? Like, a woman don't want to be in a relationship with you so y'all can work on a family. She's the quickest to get a divorce, and she's the quickest to end a relationship. But then when you meet somebody and you taking care of somebody else's kids, so it's you, the girlfriend, and she has a child, and you the father to her child more than you the father to your child, which sounds kind of crazy, but that is the dynamic that they push for. Yep. So if you are in your girlfriend's baby's life more because you and your girlfriend live together, and then she says, well, you take care of her children more than your own. That's because you did that. You was the one that separated us. We could have stayed together as a family, but you separated us, and now I'm filling in for another woman's kids, mm-hmm. raising her children. Mm-hmm. And then you don't want my kids around her. She's more family orientated than you, but you don't care. You don't look at it that way. That's all I'm saying, man. It's a bunch of bullshit, bro. It's a bunch of bullshit. And I think that us as men, we need to be harder on women. Mm-hmm. We need to, especially black men, you need to be harder on black women. I'm sorry. You need to be harder on them. Not disrespecting them, not putting your hands on them and shit like that. But you need to be harder on them when it comes to your children. Simple as that. Don't play no fucking games when it comes to your kids. Mm-hmm. Because they're going to play games with you. They're going to make sure that you, they take you for child support. They're going to make sure that whatever they can do, they're going to end whatever happiness and joy you have. Don't play no fucking games when it comes to your kids. Simple as that. That's all. That's my message to all the black men out there. If your baby mom acting stupid, don't play no fucking games with her. That's it. You got anything else to say?
Nah, man, you pretty much wrapped it all up, man. Like I said, it's just that's the three I said earlier is the only thing I can come up with, and it makes no sense. It's just petty. It's like stupidity. We've seen people, fathers actually go crazy and kill the baby mom and stuff like that for stuff like that because you ruining this man's life or you making this man miserable just because. And I mean, from people I know, even certain family members and certain women, you know what I'm saying, that I've interacted with, you know what I'm saying? And I've seen people interact with, I've literally heard them say stuff like they were purposely doing this. But when I've seen it, their demeanor, their reaction, how they spoke, it all added up to petty and bitter. It all added up to I'm bitter, I'm upset, and he's going to join my company. Mm-hmm. So a lot of times that's what it be, whether they're black or white. I've seen some white girls do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, wow, I'm working with these people. I'm just looking, and I'm like, guess I'm not minding my business, but if you right here and you loud, I can hear you. You know what I'm saying? I'm like smoking a cigarette or something. I'm listening. I'm like, dang, that's wild. Like, she literally just hung up the phone and said, no, I'm going to make him pay because he should have did this and did that. And I'm like, so then you're bitter. I'm saying in my head, I'm not saying it to her because I don't want to even talk to this chick. But I'm like, that's bitter. So that means you're just doing it to be spiteful. So majority of the time, it's just you women being spiteful. But
I mean, and I get that, but I think it's much more than that. I think it's much more than just them just being spiteful because it comes a point where the spitefulness has to end.
Yeah, it has. Yeah, it's petty.
The fire of you being spiteful has to go out. If you doing that and you still doing it, even though you know the father of your children is a good man and a good father to his children, and you're still being spiteful, then it's something mentally wrong with you.
You're pathetic.
Something mentally wrong.
And you're pathetic.
I guess. What I think it's a little more than just them being pathetic, but it's something mentally wrong with you. If you can't coexist with your father, your children and your father, knowing that he's a good guy, then there's something wrong with you. And that's all I got to say. Torture Talk, you know what it is. We out of here.
Like, subscribe, hit the notification. Peace.